Hi, I'm Zach with Whole Latte Love, and today we're here to take a look at the Cuisinart, the DGB-900. This is a grind and brew model, and it does feature the thermal craft. This is a great machine to have because it's an all-in-one setup. There's no need for a separate grinder and the separate brewer. It's all-in-one. With the press of a button, this thing will grind your morning coffee and brew it out for you. So in this video, we're actually going to take a look at the machine and see what makes it unique. As you see in this frame, this is the front of the machine. You have several different buttons here, and they're actually very easy to use. So the main button we have would be our on-off button. When you press this on, it's going to turn on the red indicator light that turns the machine on. And then here to the middle, we have your clock. Now, this is used for telling time, of course, and then you can actually set it to turn on in the morning using the program button, which is over here. This will turn green when you want the programming to actually kick on for that period of time. Now, to the left and the right of the clock are just the hour or the hour and minute button to set. Moving down here is the grinder off button. Nice thing about this is the machine has an option, so you don't have to use the grinder that is built in. If you wanted to use pre-ground, say you had caffeinated beans up top and someone wanted decaf, you still can use the pre-ground option or the bypass option to brew a pot of coffee. Now in the middle you'll notice there is a dial. It goes up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. This is the grinder adjustment. So if you wanted 2 all the way to 12 cups, you set that for the number of cups, and that's going to dictate the amount of coffee beans being ground. And finally, over to the right-hand side of the machine, you'll see the strength control. You press that, and it gives you 3 options. You have a mild, a medium, and a strong. So it definitely allows you to customize the flavor profile and give you your personal touch to your morning coffee. So now that we've gone over the main controls of this machine, let's actually take a look at the built-in grinder up top and all the features that features also. So now you see that we're taking a look at the hopper of the machine. It's a really nice hopper because it is tinted. Got a slight tint to it, keep UV rays out. Also, the top comes off very easy. There is a nice seal around it so air does not get into your beans, which makes them stale. And you see this dial here, and this is so you can take the hopper off and get into the actual cleaning of the machine. Now this hopper does hold a half a pound of beans, so very large hopper. And to take this off, you just turn this. This picks right up. It actually locks off the bottom of the machine so no beans spill out. And when we take a look at the inside, you're going to see here is the machine's burr grinder. The beans funnel down here, get ground. Then there's actually a mechanism that takes them over into your gold tone filter, which we will show you in the next part. But let's focus in on the top, and you're going to see there is a flap here. Now, you can see that there is a little bit of a buildup in here, and this is going to happen about weekly. You're going to get a little bit of a buildup in here, and what you need to do is come in with a brush, and you're just going to brush that away and then open this right up, and it will fall down into the gold tone filter, and then you can dispose of that properly. So, like I said, once a week, keep that cleaned out. You don't want to get backed up. And to put your hopper back on, same process as taking it off. Put it down, press down, and then lock it back into place, and that will keep your hopper in place. Put the top back on, and you're good to go. So now let's take a look at the gold tone filter where the coffee grounds get brewed through. On the side of the machine there is a button, and then it's going to actually activate this piece, which opens up. Opens up nice and slow by itself. And this top piece is actually what's going to put your grounds into the gold tone filter. So the grinder up top grinds, they're going to fall in these holes, and this actually spins, which dumps it into the filter. There's a hole right there which falls right in. And as the machine keeps grinding, this is going to keep spinning and keep dispensing those coffee grounds into your filter until you have the proper amount in there. Now this comes off very easily, picks right up, and you can keep this clean, just rinse it off occasionally. And here is the gold tone filter for the machine. You can use this, or you can use paper filters, whatever you choose. Paper filters will work, and they would just fit right here on the inside of the machine. So, and then to put this back on, you simply put your filter in, put this top piece on. Now, you're going to want to put that in right there. And there's actually an arrow over here and an arrow here. And before you close the machine, you want to line those up, and that'll just make sure that it is lined up properly for when you're starting to brew. Now, the nice thing about this is when I was actually demoing it is that I forgot that I had coffee grounds in here, and I went to brew another batch, and the machine would not let me do it. It just made a constant beeping noise. So there's actually a way that the machine knows that something is wrong. So if you hear a constant beep and it doesn't stop, it means there's a problem. So check your coffee grounds, because that's what I found it to be most of the time. And then this pushes right back in, clicks in, and you're ready to go. So now let's actually take a look at the water reservoir and the water filtration system. Here is the top of the machine, and right behind the hopper is the water reservoir. Now this holds up to your 10 cups, and the nice thing about it is there is a sight window, which we will show you, and then there actually is a water filtration system. This does take a charcoal water filter, and to use that you would just place it in here, close this, and then submerge it back into the water reservoir. Now, they recommend that you place this every couple months or depending on use, but you can keep an eye on that. And now that we've actually showed you the water filtration system, the hopper, the controls, I think it's actually time that we brew. So now let's actually brew our pot of coffee. As you did see in the sight glass, we're going to brew 8 cups, so we adjusted the grind control knob to the 8-cup setting. And all we have to do is turn the on button on. You'll hear the machine spin that piece above the gold tone filter, and the grinder will kick on, and then from there it will brew our pot of coffee. So let's start. Once the machine does its beeping sequence, it means that it is done, so you can remove the carafe, pour your cup of coffee. Nice thing too about this is it actually brews out very hot. We tested it, and it actually got to be in the low 180s, so a very hot cup of coffee, and does a very good job too. So just replace your carafe, and there you have your coffee. So that was the Cuisinart DGB-900. Now this was the grind and brew model, so the grinder is built in. It does have the thermal carafe, which will keep your coffee hot for up to 8 hours. Now this machine does come with a 3-year limited warranty through Cuisinart. The dimensions on the machine are, it is 16.5 inches tall, it is 8 inches wide, and 9.5 inches deep. So it's a relatively small machine, will fit great under your counters, and it gives you a very good cup of coffee. So if you have any questions on this machine or any other machines that are similar to this, feel free to give us a call. Once again, I am Zach, and thanks for joining us.